Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl in your face while you're sleeping. 10 world records that you can't repeat. Let's face it, many people set out to break famous Guinness World Records as part of their lifetime goals. After all, don't we all want to have our names etched somewhere in the history books? And while some of these people are successful, most of them are not. And a few even lose their lives trying to conquer the impossible. Whether it's a case of lacking the right genetics, not having Lady Luck on your side, or not having the skill set to achieve these feats, we'll take a look at 10 of the wildest Guinness World Records that honestly are too impossible to beat today. Number 10. The heaviest weight supported by a human tongue. It's hard to imagine this is a real record, but it was actually claimed by one Thomas Blackthorne. The man managed to lift 27 pounds using his tongue. To break the record, he trained for more than 6 years to hold this massive amount of weight in just under 5 seconds. His tongue was pierced by a hook that held 4 weights, and he set the record in 2004 without sustaining any injuries. Number 9. Longest distance an airplane was pulled by a human being. Kevin Fast, who owns several weight-pulling records, pulled an entire 416,299-pound CC-177 Globemaster III airplane for 28 feet in 2009. Due to the difficulty of this feat, it doesn't look like anyone will be coming for the Canadian Priest's title anytime soon. And if they do, Fast has assured folks that he would have been able to pull the plane for much longer if a finish line hadn't been in place. Number 8. World's tallest man and woman. There are plenty of people many consider giants, but only one man has taken the record as the tallest giant in history. The tallest person ever born, whose height has been medically recorded, was Robert Wadlow. Though he was born to average-sized parents and weighed 8.7 pounds at birth, Wadlow was destined to stand above the rest of humanity at 8 feet and 11 inches. Sadly, he only lived to the age of 22, though there was no indication he wouldn't have continued to grow had he lived longer. On the other hand, the tallest woman ever known to live was Zhang Jinliang of Yujiang village of the Hunan province of China. She stood at 8 feet and 1 inches at the time of her death in 1982 at 17 years of age. She began growing abnormally at only 4 months old, managing to grow to 5'1" before her 4th birthday. By the age of 13, she was already 7'2". Her amazing height was recorded by Guinness World Records as the tallest female ever documented. However, other women who were shorter were given a record for being the tallest woman alive at the time. Number 7. Most metal eaten. Can you imagine owning a record for eating the most metal in the world? Well, Michael Lotito, who passed away in 2007 at age 57, ate 9 tons of metal over the course of his lifetime, including a whole Cessna 150 airplane. Lotito suffered from pica, a disease that made him crave eating non-food objects like dirt and glass. The question is, how did his stomach handle all this metal passing through his system? Number 6. Most dedicated Olympian. Getting a gold medal in any sport is incredibly difficult, as you have to compete with the best athletes from around the world, and you can only make an attempt every 4 years. Getting a single medal is an incredible achievement, which automatically classifies a person as being at the top of their particular sport. So, for anyone who nabs more than one, it's a shiny declaration that they're the best person in the world in what they do. For Michael Phelps, that's certainly the case, as he currently holds the record for winning more Olympic gold medals than anyone else in history. Phelps racked up a mind-boggling 28 Olympic medals in total over the course of his athletic career. Of those, 23 are gold, 3 are silver, and 2 are bronze. Along with those impressive achievements, Phelps also racked up a large number of Guinness World Records, having set them for the fastest swim long course, most silver medals awarded in a single Olympic swimming race, and many more. Because he managed to secure multiple medals over the course of 5 Olympic appearances throughout his career, there's little doubt he will hold the record indefinitely. Number 5. The world's biggest diamond. In 1905, the world's largest diamond was found at the Premier Diamond Mine in Cullinan, South Africa. The behemoth came out at 3,106.75 carats and is worth around $400 million. The Book of Records wasn't actually around in 1905, but no diamond has come close to matching it, so the spot was given to the Cullinan diamond. Can you imagine owning a diamond that is worth a wealthy businessman's net worth? Now that's insane. Number 4. World's record holding record holder. For most people desiring to break or set a record, doing it only once is enough to boost the ego and give you something to brag about among your friends. That works for the vast majority of folks. But Ashrita Furman doesn't care about breaking one record. He cares about breaking as many records as humanly possible, which is why he holds the record for having the most broken records in history. Yes, he's a record-breaking record breaker, and has broken more than 600 records in over 30 years. Not all his records stand, so only about 200 currently stand, but that doesn't detract from his many accomplishments that prove there are all kinds of strange records Guinness has verified. The first record he broke was knocking out 27,000 jumping jacks in about 6 hours and 45 minutes, and from there, he was hooked. He broke records for balancing a chainsaw on his chin, the most fire torches lit and extinguished in 1 minute, most arrows broken with the neck in 1 minute, and hundreds more. Because he's racked up so many, it's unlikely anyone will devote the same amount of time and energy to break it, but you never know. Number 3. The world's longest fingernails. Shirodhar Chalal of Pune, India, didn't cut his nails for 66 years. Just before cutting them, they measured 29 feet, 10.1 inches in length. Chalal only grew the nails on his left hand this long, allowing for full mobility with his right hand. He started growing them after being chastised by a teacher for breaking a nail when he was 14. His nails caused him a fair amount of physical pain and made everyday activities like sleeping difficult. He had them cut at New York City Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum, where they remain on display. And now we've come to the best pick of the day. Okay, so some people will do anything to break a record, and that included jumping down a deep trench not knowing where it ends. Do you think you could go to this extent to break a record? Well, I hope not, unless you want to lose your legs, maybe even your life. Number 2. Most atomic bombs survive. When the United States dropped the first atomic weapon used in warfare on the Japanese city of Hiroshima, between 90,000 and 146,000 Japanese citizens were killed, either instantly or over time due to radiation burns and exposure. 2 days after Little Boy was dropped on Hiroshima, another bomb dubbed Fat Boy was dropped on Nagasaki, and that blast resulted in the deaths of between 39,000 and 80,000 people. More than half of the dead were killed on the first day of each bombing, and few people lived to tell the tale. One man witnessed both bombings, and his record is one that will hopefully never be broken. When the first bomb was dropped, Tsutomu Yamaguchi was on a business trip to Hiroshima, and he miraculously survived. After the city was destroyed, he returned to his hometown, which sadly was Nagasaki. He arrived just in time to witness and survive the second bomb, making him either twice lucky or twice damned, given what he lived through and witnessed. Tsutomu Yamaguchi not only survived the war, but he also survived the century, living to the age of 93, having succumbed to stomach cancer in 2010. Number 1. The world's highest grossing movie. In 2019, Avengers Endgame set a new record for being the highest grossing film of all time, pushing James Cameron's Avatar into second place. Endgame earned an impressive $2,797,800,564 at the global box office. And while it's likely that this record will one day be broken, the movie that holds the record when adjusted for inflation has been held by the same film since 1939. Gone with the Wind was insanely popular when it came out in 1939, having gone on to win 10 Academy Awards, following 13 nominations at the 12th Academy Awards. The film managed to pull in $390 million at the worldwide box office, which would be a lot of money in today's economy, but in 1939 it was staggeringly high. When adjusted for inflation, Gone with the Wind earned the equivalent of $7.2 billion in 2020. Even more impressive is the number of tickets sold when compared to Avatar, which sold 78.3 million tickets, Gone with the Wind sold a staggering 225.7 million tickets when it came out, which isn't a number that any modern film can reasonably break. And with that being said, we've come to the end of this video. So, do you think someone might just break either one of these records? Let us know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell to get more enriching content.